And we are back here in AR Astra season for another Lorenz showcase, and oh boy, we have fort advantage. Just level 1, this guy forgot to change out his infantry school for a what's it called? A cav school. But
I always make a splash.
Hold on. Yeah, but that's okay. We're gonna treat this match as a showcase of Lorenz, and to see what he can do. So we'll go over the enemy team real quick. Sorry about that brain fart I just did right there. I was just looking at the infantry school and I was like, wow, that's actually pretty high level. Maybe I should not have Lorenz start where he is. So yeah, we're gonna make that change. But first we'll go over the enemy team so that I can actually think a little bit. So at first we have a +5, +10 Kagero with Glacies, double Swift Sparrow 5 total, Wings of Mercy, Attack Smoke, and this is a 3-turn cooldown, or 1-turn cooldown Glacies because there are 3 IPs on the team. We have a +10, +10 Seliph running the DC Vantage Vengeance set with HP Res 2 and his default Refine for turfing. Ironically enough, if he was running like a stat Refine, he would be over 50% HP after a max level bolt tower, so that would probably be ideal, optimal even, but you know, this guy will do what he does, so maybe that's a suggestion for next time, although I think I heard somewhere that the max level of the bolt tower is being upgraded, so maybe that's not such a great idea. Anyway, next we have a +4 Thresher. Again, this one has a 2-turn cooldown Miracle, running otherwise base kit plus Hardy Bearing. Now this is a bad choice because Hardy Bearing actually messes with killing intent, and it means that she doesn't get the desperation effect. So don't do this. If you've got Hardy Bearing on your Thresher and you're still keeping killing intent, it's basically a glorified speed res -5. So I don't know if I would do that. Sounds like a bad idea to me. Next we have a +5, +9 Henry with a Fort Def Res 3, Quick Riposte, Vantage, and Ignis. Now this is an interesting unit now, isn't it? You don't really see Henry very often, and this is why. Those are some stats, alright. I mean, the Ignis will hit hard, but yeah, everything else about Henry is kind of a problem. Next, we have Mirabilis, because yeah, of course, she's running ground orders like mine, as well as aerobatics like mine, and funnily enough, Iote Shield. Interesting choice. I don't think Mirabilis is going to be seeing that much combat against archers anyway, though, so I'm not really convinced that's like the best seal choice. And then finally, we have a +10 Sylvia, +10 +6, running Carrot Cudgel, HP Attack 2, and HP Speed 2, as well as Sudden Panic, so no Wings of Mercy, also running the 3rd Infantry Pulse. Her HP is ridiculously high, but because Lorenz is a bonus unit right now, he doesn't care. His HP is actually higher. The Panic Mana as well is a level 5 one, so he doesn't care about that, and his Catapult is only level 3, so again, I don't care about that. My Bolt Tower will go off regardless. So here is the plan, what we're going to do. Yes, so we need to set up for this properly, of course. So what we want, a little something like that. We'll have Corin here, we will have Tethys here, and we need to move Lorenz actually, so that he gets smoked into the tile right next to Tethys. So we don't want to be in the range of that infantry school, we don't want those negative stats. Looks like everyone else is getting panicked except Lorenz, but that's fine. So, we're going to wait for Bolt Tower to go off, because otherwise of course Seliph will live our encounter, we don't want that. So we'll wait one more turn. I'm pretty sure everything is a go here.
Of course.
Yep, pretty sure everything is a go. Looks like we're all good. Wait one more turn for the Bolt Tower to go off. Bada bing, bada boom. We will smite in our Lorenz. We will reposition him up like that.
Of course.
We will dance for Altina, get her out of the way, move her out. We get the Corin support, we get the full buffs, test the trap. Looks like it was a pretty high level trap actually, since my 52 HP Lorenz got countered by that. And we are going to go ahead and take out Seliph, because we double him and we do more than his max HP, so his little miracle is not going to work. From here, I don't think Kagero gets her dart effect off, but even if she does, I think I probably still double her, to be honest. I am ridiculously fast. Thresher should easily die to
We'll swim
Lorenz, and then it's just Henry. Henry may or may not die. I'm actually curious to see if he does, because I'm going to have a lot of attack. Like, a lot of attack. But he is a bulky boy, so we're just going to have to see. If he does end up getting danced and he has an Ignis, then Corrin might be in trouble, just like last time, just like last video. But we're just going to have to hope that that doesn't happen and that my Lorenz actually gets the kill. So let's go ahead and get rid of this Seliph and see how things go. No. And I get my special ready for the first encounter of the next turn. So I should be able to double that Kagura, I'd imagine. Let's see how this goes. So Thresher is going to go first, and what that means to me is that Henry probably dies, because if Henry didn't die, he would go first.
Sink beneath me.
And I don't think there's anything else that can stop Lorenz's little rampage here. Here comes Kagura. God, that is satisfying. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. Look at these friggin'... Oh, you thought he was garbage. You thought this dude was bottom tier. But little did you know, Lorenz is actually the meta. I'm waiting for his ha 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 quote. I haven't heard it yet, unless it happened earlier this match, and I just wasn't paying attention. It's my absolute most favorite quote of all time. I freaking love it. Anyway, even though that was bonus stats, not bonus stats, fort advantage, it kind of shows off what I'm trying to go for, better than the last match at least. I think we will let... we might even just let Sylvia whack Lorenz. I mean, what's the worst that could really happen? Right? Get rid of that Mirabilis. Can I dance? I sure can.
I always make a splash.
I always make a splash. God, I love that so much. I love it so much.
Shall we dive in?
Shall we dive in? I think maybe what I want... I think if I do this, I can smite up onto that trap next turn and get the pot. So I'll probably go after the top pot that's up the top. Yeah, I think that's probably the play. Get rid of the healing tower, because why not? And Corrin can't really do anything else. We'll just go ahead and let Sylvia smack my Lorenz for a grand total of 0 damage. Get this pot. And I think we're just going to wait an extra turn, because I'm almost certain that Lorenz kills Sylvia pretty easily. So I think we'll just move out of the way.
Let's go.
Yeah, we'll just move out of the way, like this. Don't want to step on that trap unless it, in case it damages Lorenz. Not that that would really matter, but you know. Alright, now let's see, do we kill her? We do not actually, we do not kill her.
Swim circles around them.
But that's fine, I'm pretty sure Corrin could probably finish it off.
Alright.
Let's see.
Of course.
How much damage does Corrin do? 35?
Shall we dive in?
And she's left with 26, so yeah, that looks like it is just about good. We will go ahead and smite up. I did not expect that one to be the real trap, and it wasn't. Go ahead and get this pot.
Of course.
We'll go ahead and smack Sylvia in the face. That's actually a big damage, Luna, my god. I guess I do have 43 defense. But still, like, 4 damage turns into over, like, 20 something? That's crazy. Anyway, this is fine, this is safe. Not like she's gonna get Luna twice in a row, right?
I have no rival.
No rival, she says. No rival. And we finish this off with a Lorenz quote. Please be ha ha ha, please.
You're barely
Aww. Lorenz, you're disappointing me, man. Anyway, that was a showcase proper of my Lorenz taking out a pretty cool team. It was honestly pretty cool. I haven't seen Henry in a long time. The rest of the members are fairly common, I suppose. I honestly don't think that match would have gone differently if I didn't have fort advantage. I think it would have gone the exact same way. But kind of hard to really tell that, I guess. Anyway, since that match was pretty short, we actually have plenty of time to look at defense replays, and we have a week's worth, so we may as well do that. This video is recorded very shortly after the last one, so there aren't any new ones from what you saw in the list. But we do still have a good few to go through, and we'll start at the very bottom with this guy with a Japanese name that I can't pronounce. We'll go ahead and turn off animations like we always do, because who wants to sit here and watch 50 trillion animations happen? So this guy's rocking with the legendary Leaf. I think that's off season, but I don't remember. I think we're like Fire Earth right now. I guess we'll double check. Got a +3 Naga, an unmerged Altina, a +7 Raisin, and a +1 Leone, with, I think that's pretty much base kit there. So this guy actually comes decently close. He does fairly well. Legendary Leaf puts in a lot of work, as you might guess. He nearly always does. Very good unit. Very, very good unit. So he starts off here trying to... I believe he tries to bait out the Tilchu with his full-on Leone, but he doesn't recognize the rally trap in front of him. I don't know if he just didn't see it or if he's not familiar with rally traps. But yeah, instead of baiting out the blue mage like he thought he would, he's instead going to have his face caved in by Ellie Good. Tilchu will move down and open the path up, and the rest of my units will move forward. Here, his Legendary Leaf does some good work, but he makes a really questionable play. He gets rid of Tilchu, and he gets his Gale Force off of Eliwood, but instead of finishing off Eliwood, he goes for Mirabilis instead, which I found really odd. I don't know if he thought that Raisin could just live Eliwood, but he can't, and he doesn't even do any damage, so Eliwood gets off the Gale Force, and he's going to get rid of Leaf as well. So Eliwood picking up a 3-piece this match. Unfortunately, it's not going to last, because he is at 5 health, so he is going down right here. But God Lucas is here, God Lucas is ready, and he is the Slayer of Altinas, and her special only did 10 damage. Gonna go ahead and completely annihilate her, and this Naga just does not have a good matchup against anyone else here. 5 damage against Thresher, and then Kagero is going to finish her off with an Iceberg. So that's the first match. Feel a little bit bad for that guy. And is it water season? It is actually water season, so that was not an off-season Leaf. So that was actually perfectly scoring team, but just not couldn't pull through. Anyway, this guy actually won, but he lost 2 units in the process. So I don't really care, because if you lose 2 units, then I don't lose any lift. So no problems there. The joy of defense mythics. I forgot to highlight his team. This dude is running with the unmerged Legendary Zero on offense. It is water season, so this is fine. Got an Altina unmerged, pretty much base kit. We're rocking with a +1 Hashiden Micaiah. Pretty defense team oriented unit, but I guess you can work on offense as well. Nothing wrong with 2 dancers, I suppose. We've got a duo Ephraim here with Gale Force and Hardy Bearing, which is an interesting choice. And then we have a +1 Leaf with Gale Force as well. This is a really good unit. This is a really good unit. So this is a Gale Force team. He obviously is attempting to Gale Force. It's lacking a second mythic, so that's why Mickey is here instead of a Naga or another Altina. And I can't really blame anyone for not having Naga, because, I mean, I don't want Naga. I don't think anyone wants Naga. So it looks like he's going to try to initiate up the left. I've seen more people initiating up the left in recent times than I ever used to. Most people try to tank the right, but some people this week have been going up left, which makes me a little bit happy that my team is being taken on in interesting ways. He's going to activate his duo skill here, and it is time to Gale Force, except he kills Tilchu in 1 hit, so not much of a Gale Force going on there. He is going to be able to Gale Force off of my Mirabilis with his Leaf, and he's actually able to just barely kill my Eliwood, so that's merges. My Eliwood definitely needs a few merges. That would not have happened if he was a little bit more merged. So that's a bit of a shame. That is definitely a bit of a shame right there. We probably could have won this match if my Eliwood was +10. There's no way she would have killed him. But she's going to die to that Iceberg. Kagero is really strong, and if Lucas doesn't get this kill, which he doesn't, then Thresher is going to finish that duo Ephraim off. So he's left with basically his dances plus Altina. He can get rid of Lucas with a magic unit, because that's how it is. He's choosing not to bait the Thresher with his Altina, actually, which is interesting. I guess instead he's just going to one-shot her with Mickey, so good job. And with the extra movement from Legendary Zero, he can go and play a phase my Kagero. So technically he won, but I didn't lose any lifts, so I don't really care. This was not actually a fishing match. This guy straight up beat my team. Guess which unit he's going to have, guys? Guess which unit this guy has on his team? It starts with His name starts with A, ends with Fons, and I fucking hate him. Oh, I hate this dude so much. Yeah. So here he is. We've got a +2 or +1 summoner supported Alphonse, so that's effectively like +6 as far as stats go. Running Fierce Stance, Special Spiral. You've seen this dude before. We've got 2 Altinas. So this guy's attack is through the roof. One of them's running pretty standard set for dealing with Thresher, and the other one is running a more supportive set with dual links and a link skill with Smite. We've got a Bridal Form, a unit that really shuts down my team pretty hard, to be completely honest with you. Bridal Form is a great unit for shutting down single dancer teams. And then we have bonus unit Byleth, who is running the Windsweep set. And yeah, guess what this guy does? Do you think he's intelligent and makes cool, interesting plays? Nope, he uses his duo skill and just unga-bungas my whole team, because that's how it goes. Yeah. Gonna go up and kill my Kagero straight away, which is a good play. Before she gets her special. Does mean that Thresher is also lower on the special cooldown, doesn't get instant Lunar, so that's actually pretty smart. I don't know why, I don't really get why Mirabilis went first when Lucas actually does damage and she doesn't, so that was interesting to me. But unfortunately, yeah, Thresher's not going to live that. And now it's just my lonely Tilchu and my lonely Eliwood. He's going to go for Eliwood because no one else... Tilchu can't reach anyone anyway. They're pretty safe. They can go ahead and move their Altina over there. And pretty easily get the last pot with the Altina. And then just cave in my Tilchu's face. That looked like exact damage to me. But I don't really think it would have mattered either way. Probably didn't kill even with a Wrath Moonbow. Probably was not a kill from a full health Alphonse. Anyway, I really hate that unit. I have made some changes to my defense team to maybe help try to curb that from happening. So we'll see if that actually helps or not. But I haven't got a replay with the new team yet because I only just put it together today. So hopefully next time we get a defense replay, we'll see that come into play. Anyway, next time on the next match, we got attacked by Soren himself. This is literally Soren's account. So yeah, I didn't know Soren was a real person, but apparently he is, and he plays Fae, and he uses himself, which is a bit narcissistic, but I guess that kind of fits Soren's character. Anyway, he uses himself. +10, summoner supported, as you would expect, with a Grondblade Fury Mystic Boost set, which is a lot more of a PvE set than an AR set. I don't know if I really agree with it, but it could work, Running Air and Altina. His Soren is Light Blessed, but his duo Alphonse, who is +2 by the way, is Astra Blessed, so I guess this guy just doesn't have 2 mythics, but why would you bring Air when you could just bring like another dancer or something if you don't have another mythic? Like, what's the point? You're not giving any stats to Soren. I really don't get it. Anyway, so he's running those guys plus Legendary 0. Gonna try to PvE my team, gonna try to Unga Bunga, but it's not gonna work out for him too well. Gonna get his duo skill off. At least we beat one duo Alphonse, right guys? Anyway, he's gonna try to take on this Thresher. Gonna try to bait Thresher. It's not gonna go too well for him. He's gonna get debuffed even more. And he almost gets one shot, but because he's debuffed, my Thresher just goes ahead and finishes him off. And opens the way for the rest of my team. So he can pretty much Unga Bunga here. He doesn't actually kill my Eliwood in one hit with his Alphonse, which I found interesting. And instead of finishing off the Eliwood, he opts to go and kill the Thresher and then kill Eliwood with Air. But I'm sure if you know what's going on, you can see that that was definitely going to leave some people open here. Iceberg is going to take out that Azura like nothing, and then we're also going to just one-shot the Air. Unfortunately, my team can't really do all that much against Alphonse with Quick Riposte, but he is kind of weak after all that. He fails to get the kill on my Tilchu with his Altina, even though she's plus attack and on her own. That's effectively 60 attack Altina times 2, so good on Tilchu for actually living that. That's pretty good. She is going to be the clincher who finishes this match, of course. Going to go ahead and one-shot that Altina. And here he literally gets cucked by the trap because he decides to try to gamble it. It doesn't work out for him, and then he gets finished off with 5 HP to spare. So, rip to you, Mr. Soren. And then finally we have this last replay from Kiran, who attempts to go with his bonus Anna. I feel your pain, man. Bad unit. We've got a +1 Altina here, running pretty much base kit. We have a +1 Naga, running Fury, and Wings of Mercy, with Iote's Shield, which is an interesting choice for her. I guess not having flyer weakness is nice, but I also I can't really think of any scenario where you'd want her to be tanking an archer anyway, so... Then we have a +1, I think this is a former Brave Lyn with Swiss Bow 3, Death Blow, and a Brave Bow. And finally joined by a Leanne running Wings of Mercy, Tactic, and Drive Attack. So once again going up the left side, this is very interesting. I think I pointed out a little while ago, I don't know how many weeks ago it was, but I think I pointed out that most people just try to tank the right side of this map. And just today we've seen a lot more people attempting to go up the left, which I find really interesting. This guy makes a really good play because of the cavalry movement. He's able to safely test that trap. It's not the real one. And this means he's free to go in and just hit my Tiltu as much as he wants. And then of course he can dance and repo out. So this is a hit and run comp. Can't really get that far out of the way. I mean, he's about as far out of the way as you can possibly get after that play. Because of the rally, Eliwood's not going to go too far. My team mostly stays together, which may or may not have been what this guy was looking for. He's not... doesn't really look like he's able to do much to Lucas, because Lucas is amazing. So my team will steadily advance. Gonna go ahead and rally for just absolutely everyone. Kagura ground orders in. Looks like because of the ground orders in, he's able to get the kill on Kagura. Didn't need the special. But here, he is just trying to get everyone who's vulnerable away from Lucas, but Lucas does not care. He's going to go ahead and double Anna somehow. Mirabilis doesn't dance for some reason, I guess because Thresher is stuck. And the Brave Lyn is going to be able to finish off Eliwood, but my Lucas is just an absolute god and no one can deal with him. He's just going to go ahead and absolutely destroy that Altina, and then Thresher comes in to get rid of the Anna, and at that point I believe he just surrenders. Since it's the last turn, he wouldn't be able to reach Mirabilis no matter what, I don't think. So he literally cannot win at this point. And that's the match. That's the surrender. Maybe if this was light season and he had a Miller, he might have been able to win, but alas, no such good mythics on Astra season yet. I just did a bunch of talking, wow. So, we're all caught up then. Pretty good showcase of Lorenz, caught up with all the replays, 2 videos in 2 days. I'm pretty satisfied with the end of this one. Yeah, this is pretty good. Anyway, that's definitely going to be the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching if you've made it all the way to the end after all those replays. And yeah, I will see you in the next game, whenever that may be. Until then.